Breaking. Fake pregnancy, forged proposals, and a courtroom meltdown so wild it could have been a season finale. Except this ain't reality TV, baby. This is real, and it's messier than a love and hip-hop reunion with no security guards. So, tell me, what happens when the ride or die chick gets caught faking the ride and the baby? What happens when the man who swore he'd never get played ends up the punchline in a script he didn't even know he was starring in? And what happens when the rapper who's usually too cool to care suddenly finds himself at the center of a federal fraud investigation? You guessed it. Camron's lawyer just dropped a nuclear bomb in court that not only blew Chrissy's little fantasy world to shreds, but left Jim Jones completely unhinged in front of a judge. And get this, VH1 might be next. That's right. Fake ultrasounds, rented clinic sets, and emails coaching Chrissy on when to cry on camera. This wasn't just manipulation, it was a multi-million-dollar reality scam. Grab your popcorn, because we're breaking down the pregnancy that never existed, the proposal that was pure propaganda, and the courtroom drama that's about to take down an entire reality TV empire. Let's go. Hold up. Stop scrolling, because what you're about to hear might be the most insane reality TV scandal of the decade. You thought cheating allegations were wild? You thought love and hip-hop had already hit rock bottom? Nope. We just cracked the floor and found a whole secret basement of fake pregnancies, forged proposals, scripted heartbreak, and oh yeah, federal court documents that are now exposing everything. So let's get this straight. Chrissy Lampkin, the woman who made Put a ring on it, her entire storyline for years, is now being accused of putting a prop ultrasound on a rented set and scripting an entire pregnancy storyline just to trap Jim Jones into staying in the public eye. Yep, fake bump, fake love, real manipulation. And if you think that's bad, buckle up, because Camron's name is all over the leaked court logs. His lawyer just hit the courtroom with a rebuttal so messy it actually made the judge pause the trial. Why? Because this isn't just about a lie. It's about a full-on industry scam. And we're diving in, head first. A few months ago, Jim Jones, Dipset royalty, Harlem's own, was hit with what should have been a joyous announcement. Chrissy, his on-again, off-again fiancée, was allegedly pregnant. Shocked? So was he. So was everyone. Fans flooded social media with congratulations, theories, and even baby name polls. Dipset Jr. started trending. But behind those sweet captions and throwback pics was a dark truth simmering like day-old tea. Turns out the entire thing may have been a lie. A strategic lie. A narrative engineered with the help of producers, handlers, and, wait for it, Camron himself. That's right. According to multiple court filings, an anonymous whistleblower, and a surprise witness no one saw coming, this pregnancy was never real. It was a plot, and Cam allegedly knew all about it. Now let's rewind. Chrissy and Jim's relationship has been rocky for years. We're talking decade-long engagements, canceled weddings, dramatic proposals, and a reality TV history longer than your grandma's gospel CD collection. Their Love and Hip Hop debut in 2011? Legendary. But behind the glitz was a carefully controlled media campaign. VH1 producers reportedly pushed emotional arcs to keep fans locked in, and Chrissy, being the savvy reality TV veteran she is, knew exactly what would hit. A baby. Not just any baby, though. A baby announcement. The kind that garners sympathy, reshapes public opinion, and, yep, secures the bag. More screen time, more ad deals, more control. And Jim? He allegedly had no idea. Sources say Chrissy told only a tight circle about the pregnancy. But then, things got shady. Ultrasound. Pics that didn't match her timeline. No OB/GYN visits logged. A press tour canceled at the last second due to morning sickness that insiders now say was actually because VH1's rented prop clinic was double booked for another shoot. And the most damning part? An audio clip surfaced, deleted from VH1's cloud, but recovered by a former assistant, where Chrissy can be heard asking, "Do I rub my stomach now or wait until the cameras roll?" Excuse me? Meanwhile, Camron, who's always been a slick operator when it comes to the media, allegedly backed the storyline behind the scenes. According to leaked emails obtained by a freelance investigator working with the court, Cam not only knew about the pregnancy twist, He endorsed it. One message read, "If they start siding with Jim again, we lose traction. Make her cry. Make her real. We ride this wave to the end." That's not a storyline. That's emotional manipulation on an Olympic level. The anonymous source, known only as CW in the court records, confirmed this wasn't a one-time stunt. Chrissy and Cam had reportedly plotted a similar move 2 years ago. Remember that random proposal Jim gave Chrissy on stage? Turns out that was fake too. Not fake in the "it didn't happen" sense. Fake in the he was cornered by producers and stage managers whispering cues in his ear while Chrissy clutched a ring box like it was a live grenade sense. According to the affidavit filed just last week, the proposal was part of a loyalty test designed to secure Jim's emotional buy-in to a broader season arc. The proposal, as producers allegedly called it in their scheduling docs, was listed under a file labeled Storyline Anchor, Season 9. And if your jaw's on the floor, same, because this is no longer reality TV. This is reality theater. Thea, fallout. Oh, it's only just beginning, because once the court heard that Shanice Wallace, former executive assistant turned courtroom whistleblower, had copies of emails, voice notes, and even cloud login receipts, everything spiraled. In one of her statements, Shanice recounted how a stagehand once delivered a fake sonogram to a set made to look like a clinic. Chrissy allegedly laughed nervously, looked at the producer, and said, "Do I look worried enough, or should I tear up? Tear up. For a baby that wasn't real, and here's where it gets even crazier." Cam's legal team tried to clean it up. His lawyer stood in court and said, "Any participation Mr. Giles had in Ms. Lampkin's storyline was under the belief that it was creative nonfiction, not deception." Creative nonfiction? That's not a documentary. That's a lie wrapped in a script, dipped in manipulation, and served cold with a side of betrayal. The court wasn't amused. Neither was Jim. And guess what? Jim wasn't even present in court when this part broke. But backstage, word got out. He's reportedly filming a new docuseries titled Unscripted: The Jim Jones Files, funded independently, and with offers already coming in from Netflix, Hulu, and Prime. Yep. Jim Jones is turning his public humiliation into a streaming deal. Because if Chrissy and Cam weaponized love for clout, Jim's about to monetize the truth. So just when we thought it couldn't get any more chaotic, the courtroom AC went out, the judge had to call for a break, and Jim Jones stormed into the hallway like a man possessed. Eyes red, jaw clenched, pacing like he was about to freestyle. His pain right there in front of the media pool. Because what happened next broke the internet. While Camron's legal team scrambled to clean up the mess, the prosecution dropped a bombshell, an encrypted iCloud backup from Chrissy's old phone. Yeah, you know it's over when the lawyers start pulling out iCloud receipts. And honey, they were screenshot heavy. We're talking a Notes app script labeled Pregnancy Scene 3, Cry on Cue. A to-do list that literally said, buy belly bump prop, Amazon or production, and the cherry on top. A group chat with Camron, Chrissy, and an unnamed VH1 producer with the message, "If we time this right, Jimmy won't even question it. Not if it's true. Not are we going too far, but time it right." And y'all wonder why reality TV feels faker than a $3 Chanel bag from Chinatown. Let's talk public reaction, because once these receipts leaked, Black Twitter, Instagram, blogs, and even the Shade Room's intern needed IVs. The timeline looked like a digital crime scene. Queen Messy 86 tweeted, "Wait, did Chrissy really buy a baby bump while Jim was out here crying in interviews talking about naming the baby?" Capo Jr.? Another said, "Cam knew? I've been defending him since 2003. Now I feel like I've been wearing a Dipset chain made of lies." Yikes. And the memes? Instant classics. One viral TikTok had Chrissy rubbing her stomach while a trap remix of Beyoncé's Baby Boy played in the background, with captions like, "When your storyline runs out and you need ratings by Friday." But while fans were LOLing and side-eyeing, industry insiders were whispering. Because this was the kind of scandal that messes with money. Multiple brands reportedly hit pause on pending deals with Chrissy and Jim. A planned fragrance line? Canceled. A baby-themed fashion collab with a maternity brand? wiped off their site overnight. Even Chrissy's supposed memoir, From Hustle to Home, has been quietly pulled from its spring release calendar. Why? Because nobody wants to be associated with a fake pregnancy hustle in 2025. That's not edgy. That's illegal adjacent. And guess who's not staying quiet? VH1, yes. The network that aired every messy moment and allegedly helped script half of them is now backpedaling faster than a girl who just realized her ex still talks to his baby mama. In a leaked internal memo from VH1's crisis PR team, one executive wrote, "Distance from the storyline. Deny involvement. Blame talent discretion. Talent discretion." As if a prop belly magically appeared on set with zero approval from production? Please. One former staffer anonymously told The Blast, Chrissy had her own glam, her own camera angles, and full Final Cut approval. She was running that set like it was the Real Housewives of Harlem. And speaking of glam, let's not forget the infamous baby bump fashion shoot Chrissy did for a boutique brand out of Miami. Those pics went viral a few months ago. White satin, soft lighting, subtle cradling of the belly. Yeah, those photos. Now under forensic review. Because fans noticed something weird. The bump was smaller in one shot, larger in the next, and gone all together in a behind-the-scenes clip, where Chrissy is seen adjusting the belly pad. We repeat, adjusting the belly pad. And now, with court transcripts, leaked images, and former staff speaking out, the web of lies is becoming impossible to untangle. One anonymous source close to the investigation said this wasn't a one-woman scam. It was an entire PR and production infrastructure built to sell heartbreak, redemption, and motherhood, all while none of it was real. And it worked, until it didn't. Because now Jim Jones is allegedly seeking full legal recourse. Not just against Chrissy, but potentially against VH1 and any executive complicit in scripting false narratives that emotionally manipulated him in real time. Insiders say Jim's team is preparing to file a civil suit for emotional distress, reputational harm, and financial sabotage. A three-pronged legal bomb that could drag this mess into federal territory. And guess who's been subpoenaed? Camron. Yup. The dipset general himself. Because those group chat receipts don't lie, and the judge is reportedly considering whether Cam's involvement crossed the line from co-conspirator in clout chasing to accessory to fraudulent misrepresentation. Don't let the pink furs and smooth bars fool you. Cam might be clever, but that legal smoke, it's real. Meanwhile, Chrissy is MIA. Radio silent. No tweets, no stories, no TikToks with iced coffee and fake peace signs. The last time she was seen publicly, she was leaving a nail salon in Jersey, ducking behind oversized sunglasses like she wasn't just on our screens with a designer diaper bag full of lies. And let's talk fallout one more time. Because there's one thing the streets, the blogs, and the barbershops are all asking, did Chrissy really believe this wouldn't catch up to her? Like seriously, fake pregnancies are the oldest trick in the book. But in the social media era, where everything gets screenshotted, recorded, and dissected in 4K, girl, what were you thinking? Cam might be slick, but he's not invincible. And now, with a pending subpoena, frozen assets, and a public that's rapidly turning on him, the whole dipset brand might be in jeopardy. Jim Jones? He's done being the clown in this circus. Sources close to the rapper say he's cutting ties with both Chrissy and Cam, for good. No reunions, no reconciliations, no VH1 redemption arcs. This time, it's war, and we're just getting to the part where the stakes skyrocket. Because in part 3, the judge's shocking ruling sends shockwaves through the courtroom. Chrissy's legal team flips the script and blames Cam for the whole thing. And Jim Jones? He walks out of court, throws his mic, and issues a statement that will shake the entire culture. And just when you thought this messy dipset drama had reached its peak, boom! The judge slammed the gavel down, and let's just say the courtroom did not leave the same way it entered. We pick up right where we left off, Chrissy sitting in silence. Her legal team looking like they just realized their group chat receipts were about to go public. Cameron's name echoing through the courtroom like a ghost from a dipset Christmas past. Jim Jones? He was pacing, red-faced, whispering furiously to his attorney like, "How did I fall for this? Twice?" The tension was so thick you could cut it with a broken engagement ring. The judge looked right at Chrissy, shuffled some papers, and said, "At this point, the court has sufficient evidence to question the authenticity of the pregnancy claim. We are launching a full inquiry into fraudulent intent and emotional manipulation for personal and commercial gain." Weiqiu. Translation: this isn't just about lies anymore. It's about the fraud, baby. And you already know what that means. Fines, lawsuits, and yes, potential jail time. Now let's talk strategy. Because Chrissy's legal team didn't just fumble. They went full Titanic. They tried flipping the narrative so fast, even the bailiff looked dizzy. In a shocking 180, Chrissy's lawyer said, and we quote, "This entire plan was devised by Camron as a publicity stunt. Ms. Lampkin was manipulated into participating against her better judgment." Aw, what now? Y'all really tried to drop the whole bag on Killicam mid-trial? And not just any trial. One that's already been plastered all over the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and even got a hot take from Wendy Williams via her podcast. Reboot. They're saying Chrissy was pressured, coerced, even emotionally blackmailed by Cam to carry out this scheme for narrative clout. Her lawyer went full Netflix crime doc, alleging that Cam told Chrissy, "Fake it till you make it," or "fake it till Jimmy signs the next deal." Like, bro. This ain't hustle and flow, this is federal court. Cam's lawyers immediately objected, of course, calling it a laughable attempt to deflect from Ms. Lampkin's own history of deception. They submitted their own receipts, emails, text threads, and a payment trail showing Chrissy allegedly paid a prop artist $7,500 for a hyper-realistic silicone belly modeled after Serena Williams' third trimester photos. Yes, sis was committed, and while Cam tried to distance himself from the scandal, the subpoena locked him in. He was forced to testify under oath. When asked directly if he knew the pregnancy was fake, Cam tried to pull a no comment. The judge wasn't having it. He leaned into the mic and said, "Mr. Giles, the court is not a blog. This isn't Love and Hip Hop. You will answer the question." Oof. Not Love and Hip Hop shade from the bench. Under pressure, Cam finally admitted he was aware the pregnancy wasn't real, but insisted he didn't know Chrissy would go so far as to manipulate Jimmy's mental health for dramatic purposes. Cam's exact quote, "I thought it was for TV, not for real-life heartbreak." And there you have it, folks. The reality TV industrial complex just got caught in 4K. And if you think Jim Jones was gonna let that slide, you don't know Jimmy. After hearing Cam's testimony, Jim stood up, threw off his jacket, and yelled across the courtroom, "You used me! You used my love, my loyalty, and for what? Ratings!" He had to be held back by security. His mom, Mama Jones, sitting in the back row with a rhinestone Capo Mom t-shirt, was overheard screaming, "I told you she was a leech! I told you, Jimmy!" Phew. Not even Lifetime could write this level of chaos. Now let's talk real consequences. Because with the court ruling the pregnancy claim to be fraudulent, Chrissy is now under investigation for civil fraud, emotional damages, contractual misrepresentation, and using a fake pregnancy to secure brand partnerships worth over $250,000. Yes, she actually signed a deal for a maternity skincare line under the brand Bump and Glow, which is now reportedly suing her for breach of contract and brand defamation. Jim Jones has officially terminated all business ties with Chrissy. Word on the street is that he's moving out of their shared Atlanta property and heading to Miami to start fresh. And the plot thickens even more. VH1 execs are being called to testify in front of a special tribunal looking into reality TV ethics. Several producers have already been suspended pending investigation, and the network has scrubbed all promos involving the pregnancy arc from their platforms. One anonymous producer told Radar Online, "It was the most watched storyline of the season, but we never expected it to implode like this." Sis. Y'all wrote it. Meanwhile, Camron's lawyer is trying to settle privately to avoid deeper scrutiny, but insiders say it may be too late. Rumors are swirling that the feds are watching. Yup, the FBI allegedly has eyes on the situation, particularly surrounding financial misconduct and wire fraud. And Jim ain't letting up. He released a statement via Instagram Live, looking tired, hurt, but fiery as ever. He said, "Y'all can laugh, y'all can meme me, but just know this. What they did wasn't funny. It wasn't TV, it was my real life. And now, I'm cleaning house." And just like that, the internet exploded. Support poured in from fans, fellow artists, and even Cardi B, who tweeted, "Ain't nothing funny about faking a baby. That's evil." Now here's the real kicker. Court documents reveal one final twist. While Chrissy was faking a pregnancy, she was also negotiating a spin-off reality series called Chrissy's Second Chance. That's right, VH1 was already developing a new series following her journey to motherhood and reconciliation with Jim. Sources say the deal was worth nearly $1 million, but the deal is dead. The sponsors are gone, the contract's revoked, and Chrissy? She's reportedly fled to the Dominican Republic to clear her mind. Yeah. Okay. And so we close this chapter of clout chasing, courtroom chaos, and betrayal. But the damage is done. Chrissy's reputation? Shattered. Camron's credibility? Shaky. Jim Jones's trust? Gone. Reality TV's mask? Ripped off. So now that the lies are out and the masks are off, what do you think? Was Jim Jones the only real one in a world full of actors? Was Chrissy just a pawn? Or the queen of the whole con? And Camron? Mastermind or just another fake? Friend? Drop your thoughts in the comments. No filter. We're reading everything. Smash that like button if you're still shook by this courtroom chaos. And hit subscribe because this rabbit hole, it's just getting deeper. Next up, more fake therapy, more staged abuse, and another love and hip-hop star ready to burn it all down. You don't want to miss it. This isn't just reality TV anymore. This is war.